Hey guys, I want to do a quick little video just on my Similis, just because having a lot of success with these guys breeding. This guy right here is my big male, and he's not even that big. I mean, realistically that is an 1.5 inch fish, and so one of his females is back there with some fry. There's a female here with several generations of fry. You can kind of see them all swimming around these shells, and they're doing really well. And then there's also a couple generations over here. That's just a couple older ones. There's some generations in the back, and there's another group of young fry with several generations. There's some little ones swimming around in there too, and these guys are all doing really well. I just wanted to say, yeah, that these fish have been really low maintenance for me. I'll throw frozen baby brine shrimp in there just to feed some of these little fry, but for the most part I just throw crushed flake food in here, and the fry seem to survive really well. I'm sure if I just made sure baby brine was in here every day, I'd probably have even more fry. So that's been really nice. The adults, I just feed the crushed flake, and I'll throw some frozen brine shrimp and frozen mysis shrimp in here as well, just to kind of help give them some varied diet. But other than that, they do really well. I do think a species only tank like this 20 gallon long, does well. And you can have a colony in here essentially where there's a lot of fish and a lot of fry. But I did put them in my 75 gallon upstairs with the kind of community tank with the Lalupa and Compressiceps, and they just didn't do as well. I never saw them actually breed, and I sold them, and I actually heard that they started breeding pretty immediately once they got in their own species only tank. So I would recommend that, or at least give them a lot of cover and shelter, which maybe I just didn't do well enough in that 75 gallon. But regardless, they're doing really well in here. I will say the hardest part about these fish for me is getting the fry out of this tank. You can definitely make an argument that this tank has way too many fish, but it is really hard to get these fish out of this tank, because as soon as I put any net in here, they dart into their shells, and until they're older, pretty much adult size, and they don't have a shell to go into because there's just too many fish, then I can get them out of here because they can't go hide in a shell right away. But all these little ones just dart in the shell with mom or dad, and it's nearly impossible to get them out of here. And I can see that's why some people do little PVC elbows, so you can remove one of the ends and actually flush the fish out. But I decided to do shells, and I'm kind of committed at this point. And I do like it though. It's it's a pretty easy, low maintenance tank. They do seem pretty tolerable to conditions too. I mean, this tank I water change maybe every other week, a 20% water change, so not super aggressively, even with all these fry, and they're still breeding. So just wanted to show a little video on these guys, and they're doing really well and breeding like crazy. So yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for watching.